Something I was just watching with one of my little ones yesterday, PRAGER University kids, and they had a whole section on like a little video, 5, 6, 7 minute video on banks versus credit unions. And quite honestly, there's a lot of misinformation in the videos, and I'm gonna be reaching out to them myself to offer up to work on a series of videos for them with them regarding hard money and weak money, and money versus currency, and what the characteristics are, and how that works, and what Bitcoin looks like, and gold and silver, what true money looks like versus what a fiat currency looks like, and what an inflationary theft-based currency like fiat currency, like dollars, pesos, yen, etc. Because this is to me, it's the most important issue of our time. We talk a lot about if you just do unto others as you would have done unto yourself, right? The golden rule, really, God, following a godly life. None of this matters. Nothing else matters. You don't need rules. You don't need money. You don't need police. You don't need a thing in life. However, unfortunately, as Jesus said, the poor will always be among you. Not everyone's going to have the same faith, unfortunately. Not everyone's going to understand that. Greed and fear play a large role in human society, unfortunately. So, therefore, we need to figure out money. We need to figure out how to save our time and energy. We need to actually figure out how to harness that and use that. And humans have done a very good job of harnessing energy over the years, obviously, right? And we can do that with our money. However, we've been told a lie for so long about where we should be holding our money and where that should be, that it's destroying our culture. It's destroying life. It's the theft of our time and energy through the currency we use. When the dollar ceased being money 52 years ago in 1971, and even before that. But this is the problem of the time that continues to affect us. Governments, we continually have chosen to drink at the chalice of satanic currencies, of fiat currency by decree, letting others be royalty among us, letting others do what they may, letting others steal our time and energy and our wealth. And these PRAGER University videos were phenomenal, and they have many phenomenal videos. However, this banking versus credit unions, I thought it was going to be something different, and it really missed the mark. And if you do not understand money versus currency, you are going to have a very hard time in life, and you're going to lose a lot of freedom and liberty. So I know PRAGER University doesn't want that. I know that PRAGER University wants to do right by everyone's freedom and liberty, and that's what they stand for the most. So this is a public plea to them to have me come in and help you do that, or have someone who understands money and hard money and quite honestly, the evils of banking and the banking system and the Ponzi scheme that it is. And we are seeing it in real time collapse before our eyes. An unpredictable system that is run by a few people at the top. And so this is my public plea to help us to understand that there are massive reasons people should be very careful about putting their money in banks. And we have to understand that the banking system is forcing everyone to be private money lenders, and most people have no idea that that's the case, right? The most regulated industry in the world. However, they don't tell you the one thing they should tell you, that, when we receive your cash, we go immediately lend it out to whoever. We go buy assets, we go gamble in the stock market, we go lend it out to other people. And most people have no idea that that's the case. They don't know that that's how the banking system works, and they don't know that the currency they use, the dollars they use, are a mechanism of theft, a mechanism of robbing you of your time and energy, because that's all money is a container for your time and energy. It's an economic container for your time and energy. That's what money is. Money is a tool, just like a firearm, just like a knife, just like a car. They're all tools. They can all hurt someone, or they can all help someone, depending on how the individual uses it. So this is really a call to action to educate people in the right manner, using money where money is appropriate, and using currency where currency is appropriate. As Mike Maloney always says, money has to be a store of value. It has to have all the qualities of a money, and it has to be a store of value. Currencies have all those except store of value. So fiat currencies like dollars, pesos, yen, etc., bolivar, they lose value over time. Therefore, they are not stores of value because we don't know what the issuance is. We have people trying to determine the interest rates all over there. So there's no free market. That's what currencies are. They are completely arbitrary. They're printed up out of thin air. They are, as Brad Sherman said, right, and admitted yesterday, Brad Sherman admitting that the government, because we're the government, they get to print it up out of thin air. But yet if someone else does it, which Bitcoin's not printed up out of thin air, which is a whole nother discussion for another time. It's used by energy. You have to have energy to mine Bitcoin, or you have to pay for Bitcoin through, you guessed it, your time and energy, through the purchasing of money, changing your money for Bitcoin, changing your currency for Bitcoin, your dollars for Bitcoin, or your pesos, your yen for Bitcoin. The only two ways, by working. You have to work to earn Bitcoin. The only way, unlike the fiat inflationary monetary legacy system, where you can just print up out of nowhere. You're the US government or you're some other government and you claim to be benevolent and you can just print it out of thin air, yet you are siphoning it away through taxation and inflation. You're siphoning all the time and energy, because that time and energy, that work, the value has to come from somewhere. So it comes from the worker, and it's sucked away from those people through taxes directly and inflation indirectly, and it's taken up through those people and into the system, into the Leviathan that is the government, and then they get to use it and sprinkle it around wherever they deem fit. So Brad Sherman said the quiet part out loud, and most people are still whistling by the graveyard. So it's a plea to all people to use money versus currency appropriately. Money is only gold and silver and Bitcoin. Things are actually have to be worked for to obtain. So Bitcoin, gold, and silver, the only money. And then currencies, we have 100% fiat currencies across the world in governments. And we also have, historically, every fiat currency has gone to zero. So the more they print of these currencies, the less valuable they are. They all eventually go to zero, and the dollar will reach that fate. Everything will. It always has. So in order to gain wealth over time and have a higher standard of living, a lower cost, you must hold hard assets. You must hold hard currency, hard money, Bitcoin, gold, and silver. If you want to be poorer over time, then you would hold dollars, pesos, yen, bolivar, renminbi, etc., right? You have a higher cost and a lower standard of living over time. That's what happens, and that's the difference. And if we don't understand that, we're going to have a very difficult time as a people, as nations, and as a global people. We have to understand that, and that's what Bitcoin was set out to solve. That's why Satoshi Nakamoto discovered it, and many of the people that helped to discover Bitcoin. The promise of sound, true money, decentralized sound money over time and space. The Tuttle Twins just did a great episode. Again, PragerU, the banking videos, understanding the true process of banking, what's happening. Tuttle Twins just did a great episode. Connor Boyack is unbelievable. Just did a great episode on Bitcoin. Please, everyone go watch that. It's a very simple explanation in a kid's cartoon of what Bitcoin is and what sound money and what hard money is. It's brilliant. So this is the plea. Please have someone help with that. Some videos on hard money versus fake currency. And some on Bitcoin as well, and understanding what truly is a fight of good versus evil, of God's money versus the devil's money, the devil's currency, which is fiat currencies, which is the theft and destruction of all time and energy of all people. We cannot fix, as Jeff Booth says, we cannot fix the current reality from the current system. It's a debt-based fiat monetary system that cannot be fixed from the current situation. Trying to do the same thing over and over again is insanity itself, correct? So we must do something different. So I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Please share this out. Please share this out, because the algorithm hates truth. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one and doing what we can to question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself.